With over 200 flavor notes to discover, every sip of Woodford Reserve Bourbon is a spectacle for the senses.
Oh putain! C'est quoi, c'est des balles?
Ouais.
Et je veux dire à tous nos concitoyens, quelle que soit leur religion, qu'ils croient d'ailleurs ou qu'ils ne croient pas, que nous devons dans ces moments nous unir et ne rien céder à l'esprit de division. Je veux ici dire, d'abord et avant tout, le soutien de la nation tout entière aux catholiques, de France et d'ailleurs. Si nous sommes attaqués, une fois encore, c'est pour les valeurs qui sont les nôtres, pour notre goût de la liberté, pour cette possibilité sur notre sol de croire librement et de ne céder à aucun esprit de terreur.
Contest for the ages, and it's a repeat of last year's New South Wales Grand Final when Westfield defeated Pats by 26 points to 18. And I'll tell you what, Patties are determined, ladies and gentlemen, to get revenge, and isn't Leichhardt Oval looking an absolute picture? Here's the coin toss, only moments away. Our referee, of course, Rob Morey down there. Beautiful day here in Leichhardt. The grand final of 2020 is only seconds away. There's Westfield going through their last minute preparations. There's Joshua Park. And there is the trophy that everybody is playing for here this afternoon. Will it go to Patrician Brothers or will it be going to Westfield Sports High? Joining me in the commentary boss, Ross Antonelli from the NRL Development Squad. Good afternoon to you. Grand final day. Don't you love it?
Oh, mate, what a fantastic day we have. Conditions are sunny and not much wind about. The ground looks in great nick. Just very honoured to be here today. There's a great rivalry between these two schools that have been forming over the last half dozen or so years. And really looking forward to an entertaining match today.
Mate, 45 years in the making, can you believe it?
This competition is steeped in history. From the days way back when Peter Sterling would have been gracing this very ground with flowing blonde hair for the Patrician Brothers Fairfield to today is a bit of synergy there.
Well, let's go through the team lists as the sides do prepare to come out. Let's go through Westfield Sports High. At the back is Carho. On the wings is Sinclair and Tarvoy. The 3 and the 4 is Saukuru and Kolini Sau. The 6 and 7, Park and O'Neill. And the back rowers of Akama, Yankovic, Sakuru, Braden Guy and Karayetti. And locking the scrum for Westfield's is Toei. A very strong outfit today for Westfield Sports High. As we turn the page now to Patrician Brothers of Blacktown, they look this way. Sean Russell at the back, Lino and also Lee May on the wings. Pritchard, he'll get a run today in jersey number 3. Outside of him will be Turuva. The 6 and 7 is Luisio, and the captain, of course, Jacob Arthur. The back rowers of Langi, Katoa, Titoko, Martin, Mattielli, and locking the scrum is Jonte Missa. Coached, of course, by Noah Mears. You can hear the crowd effects mic in the background. The players are getting their last minute instructions, of course, by Noah Mears, who's the coach of Blacktown, and Westfield Sports High, of course, coached by Wayne Lampkin. The road to grand final day for Patrician Brothers of Blacktown looks this way. They've knocked over St Dom's by a margin of 26 points to 4. St Gregory's too good for them by 52 points to 22, and too classy last week for Endeavour, 32 to 24. The journey to grand final day for Westfield Sports High looks this way. Put the sword through Patrician Brothers of Fairfield back in round 1 of the competition, 20 points to 12. In the quarter-final, Westfield's too good for St Dom's by 16 points to 12. And in the final last week at Bankwest Stadium, Westfield's too classy for Hills by 28 points to 18. Well, on the sideline this afternoon for the NRL Schoolboys Cup Grand Final of 2020, Renee Gardner, she's down there, and let's go down now to Renee Gardner. She's down on the sideline for NRL.com.
Joseph O'Neill, obviously you guys are defending champions coming off from the back end. Has that put any more pressure or taken a little bit of heat off you going into tonight's game?
Nah, we're all sweet. We're just, we're a new team this year. We're not the same team as last year, so it's a new game, new year, and just can't wait to play.
Quite a few injuries amongst the team as well too. You've had to adapt to that during the season.
Yeah, there's been a couple of players out, so we've got, we're proud of the team we got. We're ready to play, so no worries.
All right, well, I'm going to let you get back in and prepare, and I'll bring in Jake Arthur as well too. Jake, a huge game last week, a big come-from-behind win against Endeavour last week. How has everyone pulled out?
Yeah, it was good to get the win. Everyone's keen to go, get Westfields back for last year.
It was a pressure game, obviously coming from behind. Do you think that's going to help better equip you going into today's grand final?
Oh, everyone was confident throughout the whole game, so hopefully we can get it done again.
All right, well, we hope the confidence continues. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, great job. Thanks, Renee, down on the sideline. Thanks to NRL.com. We're only minutes away, ladies and gentlemen. The 2020 Schoolboy Cup Grand Final. A beautiful day here in Sydney. 24 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. And as I mentioned, our referee will be Rob Morey. And good on the touch judges getting a start too. Ethan Murray and Brendan Marnie. Well, this is the moment now. Two powerhouse schools in the competition. Patrician Brothers of Blacktown. They've won 7 New South Wales titles. Westfield Sports High going for their 4th today after 60 minutes. Ross, who do you like in this one?
Well, I'm not too sure who's going to win this game after having seen both semi-finals. Both teams had to fight really hard for their victories. Both will be very confident coming in today. I feel they both got big, strong forward packs, so expect a lot of physicality, and that extends to their outside backs as well, actually, in the centres. Powerful players. So buckle in, I reckon.
So we're almost ready to rumble. It's been the most disrupted and challenging Schoolboy Cup in history, but this is the moment now, the kickoff to the 2020 NRL Schoolboys Cup Grand Final. And West Sports on the bring-back mission. Nakama rumbling back. Good tackle there by Katoa. Look out for the likes of Yankovic. He's been steering the ship. That was a karma on that occasion. They've averaged more than 30 points, Westfields, throughout the competition in 2020. Plenty of power right through the entire squad. So good go forward here in the opening exchanges. Look for Yankovic to get them going from acting half. Back to the kick now. Here's O'Neill. Kicking it high and wide. In fact, too wide. It's gone out on the full. So not the start Westfield Sports High would have been hoping for.
No, they'll be a little bit disappointed with the end of that set, but they'll be encouraged by the fact they were able to run the ball for 60 metres, just looking for a little bit better polish on their kicks.
So there's Martin. No frills type of player, just loves the game of rugby league. It's an opportunity in the opening 90 seconds for Pats of Brothers of Blacktown. Now this is Jonte Missa. Part of the Parramatta SG ball side. Comes off the back fence all day long. Look for Arthur to get involved early. There's Pritchard. And the ball spills out of the bread basket 20 metres away from the Westfield Sports High.
Probably some early nerves there for some players, but we saw a great attack down the left-hand side. Very silky pass. Found the mark, but the contact was good from the Westfield's defenders, forcing the error.
So Renee Gardner down the sideline for NRL.com in this grand final. Go down to Renee throughout the match, and of course at half-time as Westfield Sports High aiming for their 4th title. Knocking over Patrician Brothers, Fairfield, St John's and Hills on their journey this year. There's Sakuru, just short of the 40-metre line. That's Yankovic giving it away now to Api Sakuru. Solomon Sakuru will be number 3 today, the brothers. There's Yankovic coming short now to Caleb Towie. The Parramatta junior, of course. There's Yankovic coming short. Sakuru, great leg speed for a front rower. Back to the halfway line now, finding O'Neill. Going high to the air. Nicely taken there by Russell. Before the defence converges over the top there by Braden Guyan.
There's good fullback positioning play there by Russell, and but I feel like Westfields will be happy with the set, getting the nerves out of their system, getting to the kick and getting a chase on. And they're just trying to get the numbers in the defence.
Patrician Brothers rock and roll through the middle corridor. They come to the edge. There's support on the right. Lee May tiptoeing away from the sideline. There's O'Neill dropping off him. To Ruva now. Sending it away from Loisio. Takes play now down inside the 30. Last tackle for Patrician Brothers. That's their last play option. Back to the captain in Arthur. He's going high into the air. Ball's on the ground. Referee here. Ross calls it back. Nice little kick there, wasn't it? They're going to test them all day long out there on the edge.
Yes, well, the winger would have been looking into the sun there, but both teams now completing their set. We're starting to get into a little bit of rhythm of the game, and so Westfields now will be looking to carry the ball. They've been carrying the ball well in their first 2 sets, and they'll look to gain some more territory now.
It's David Lange over the top, assisted by Isaiah Katoa. And up there with Patrician Brothers' best this season. There's O'Neill. Finding Guyan. Grew up in Newcastle, Braden. Moved to Sydney to pursue his rugby league career. We wish him well. A couple of metres inside. Patrician Brothers half. As Yankovic drops it over to Towie. Gives it back on the inside.
Yeah, they come off the back of their defence. They had a great kick chase on the end of their set. Put Blacktown under pressure, making the ball, work the ball.
Right-hand side of the field. Karayeti is the toiler of the pack for Westfield. This is Park. Akama. The Bulldogs Junior. Very strong and powerful unit. So Park again, switching it to the left-hand side of the field. Carho, he flicks the ball out the back door. Sinclair, but it's gone forward. Well, the fullback, he's no stranger coming off the back fence into the line, but just couldn't quite give it to that man on screen there, Cooper Sinclair.
It was actually a nice play from both teams, a willingness to spread the ball from Westfield Sports, and Blacktown were able to cover it with a man-on-man defence. Carho, I think he's shown his intentions. He's going to be looking for an offload if you don't wrap the ball up.
It's Carho. He made the winning tackle against St. Dominic's. He's a well-respected member of the group. He's out of the South Sydney Rabbitohs SG ball side. Year 11 students. As Patrician Brothers looking for holes through the middle. Coming on that occasion. Towie was there in the tackle. Backer comes now to Missa. Good strong surge. Guy in a 3-man tackle along there with O'Neill. So just short of halfway. Good impact again now from Missa. Straight and hard back into the halfback in O'Neill. So a couple more up their sleeve. So it comes away through the back line. Loisio finding Arthur. Offloading the ball out the back door. Here's Pritchard again. Right out there on the edge, the 17-year-old. He's got silky footwork on the edge. Look for him all day long as they go high to the air. Carho underneath it. He's lost the ball. Picked up and out by Patrician Brothers, and they'll restart the tackle counts. Tuaruva surging their way close. Missa, he's held up.
Some desperate defence there from Westfield Sports High, able to scramble and get the numbers there, get underneath the ball, and that is a huge play. Can they hold on?
So there's Missa. As Katoa now goes short again, rumbling forward. This time it's John Sagara. Westfield under the pump. Patrician Brothers searching for their first points of the grand final. Lange, he's close. A penalty. Westfield's double movement.
Well, the temptation was just a little bit too much there. And we see on our replay, the pass was a little bit wayward. Arthur had to go back, collect it. Dishes off to his big man. Had a bit of work to do. He did well. Carrying defenders over the try line or near the try line. Westfields were able just to hold him out, but the temptation to reach out was just a little bit too much there.
5 seconds.
Both schools have had their chances. We'll have a drinks break at the 15th minute. This is Abby Sakuru coming through the middle. Towie again. Another Parramatta junior. Takes his side a couple of metres inside. Patrician Brothers half of the field. Is Guyan. Hard to put away.
The rest of this first half.
That's Mattielli. Finding Arthur, of course. Son of Brad Arthur, the Eels coach. So that's the 40-metre line here on a beautiful day for grand final day.
And I know Blacktown have made a couple of substitutions, so they've got some fresh legs in the middle of the field.
So they come to the short side to Ruva, looking for his winger here. He elects to go himself. Goes away from the sideline.
Does well to stay in there.
As Limo. Giving away to Luisio. Opportunity here for Patrician Brothers. As Arthur goes himself. Beautiful spiralling ball. They go for the line. Lino. What a beautiful ball it was from Arthur. Just couldn't quite go the way that Lino wanted it.
No, it was great pass, no doubt. But a nice piece of fullback wing defence from Westfields. He covered the kick, so then Arthur saw.
For 45 years. Here's Matamua. Very powerful. Always hard to handle. Yankovic, sideline to play. O'Neill. Sakuru, wrapped up. Wisio. O'Neill now. They're behind the kicker. Chasers are coming through. Safe as the Bank of England. Out there on the wing. Nice return too here by our number 2 in Lino.
Yep, had plenty of time to make that kick and lots of space, but positioned well was the Blacktown winger who was able to catch the ball on the full and return it with a little bit of speed and a little bit of footwork to get their team on the front foot on the way out of their own end.
So that's the 30. Guy in the tackle. Assisted by Yankovic. Mauricio identifying the need to come back off the right hip. So this is the last play. As Jacob Arthur hoists this one way up into the dark blue sky. Here's Carson Cahoe. Everybody loves to play with Cahoe at the back. Now Sinclair picked up a try last week. Solid performance out there on the wing. Try-scoring machine throughout the competition this year. Solomon Sakuru now. What a classy centre. He's proving to be. Yankovic. Now to Lowly. Put away there by Titoko. So Yankovic. The pass wasn't great to Park. And there's the knock on. And we'll have a scrum here right in the middle of the field.
As we take our drinks break, it was probably just a lack of communication there from the Westfield's players. I think Yankovic wanted the play to be a little bit flatter and coming onto the ball, where I think the 5'8" probably wanted the ball a little bit deeper, trying to give himself a little bit of time. Yankovic has been outstanding in the competition so far. Probably had an opportunity to run. There was one marker, a bit of space for him, and I'm sure his coach is going to be giving him a little bit of feedback around that in this drinks break start to poke himself around that ruck area. I think for Westfield Sports High, they need to play really direct off Yankovic, let him get out there and try and punch those holes around them. While Blacktown, I think they've looked very dangerous when they've had the ball on the right side of the field with one or two long passes to the left and found a little bit of space there. I think they need to persevere with that.
There's the huddle there at Westfield Sports High. What a shot that is. Two huddles getting their instructions. It's a very warm day here in Sydney, 26 degrees currently. Probably one of the warmest days we've had in the Schoolboys Cup competition.
Well, it's unusual to be playing Schoolboy Cup competition nearly the middle of November. We're only 6 weeks away from Christmas. And so for most of us, that's probably 5.5 weeks till we start thinking about our Christmas shopping. But yeah, and that's going to highlight the importance of maintaining possession, as both packs are quite big, and both teams have made similar sort of completion rates at the moment for the first 15 minutes. If one team's able to eliminate all the errors and dominate the possession, I feel like they could be the first to get the points on the board.
Westfield. I got one. Walking over to the scrum. Robert Morey, the man with the whistle for this decider. To tell Lucio to put it in. So we're still locked up on the NRL.com scoreboard as Missa getting the big legs pumping.
Love the way he charged into the defensive line there.
As Lucio, he identifies the need to go away to Tupou. Here's Deruva. As Katoa goes down to collect it, to apply to Arthur. Luckily, Polynisau was in there in the tackle. So it's the last tackle here for Patrician Brothers as Arthur puts one in towards the in-goal area. O'Neill, he's not going to get back into the field of play. We're going to have a goal line dropout.
That was a very good set from Blacktown Patrician Brothers. They again worked the ball to the right side of the field to shift back to the left. The execution on the pass just wasn't quite there, but they still look threatening. And there's certainly space out on the left-hand side if they keep playing that pattern of play. With a very clever kick at the end to finish the set, to get the repeat set.
Raphael to apply. Feeling the goal line dropout. As Katoa, he gets inside the 10. Doesn't want to go into the ground. Finally assisted there by Raymond Lowley. So Titoko now works the dummy half as Arthur sends it back on the infield. Matamua, one-on-one tackle there with Tuapai. Titoko now, always dangerous from close range. So it's away again now to Loisio, to Russell. Lee May stepping. Still going Lee May. He's going to try and get there all by himself. They lead by 4 points to nil. First try of the grand final.
What a fantastic try there by the winger Christian Lime. Outstanding. He had a fair bit of work to do. That Blacktown were able to shift the ball from midfield out to the right. Created a little bit of space, but the Westfields were able to come across and defend. They had the numbers there. Just kept stepping and not giving up on the play. Driving his legs, carrying people from 5 metres out. That is a fantastic rugby league try. Great work there by Christian Lime. When he decided the footwork wasn't going to get him over the line, he turned to right. Well, let's just go straight and I'll carry you over.
What a strong finisher. Here he comes here. Beautiful pass, wasn't it? Stepped away from the touch line. Step. That was the stepping try.
Get the line drop out, force the line drop out. Get the ball back and then put some more pressure on. I think we'll be looking for both